we aim to provide quality content within YouTube's guidelines. All rights to the original content belong to their respective creators. If you believe your content has been used inappropriately, please contact us. Our channel encourages respectful discussions. Greetings, tech enthusiasts, and curious minds alike. Welcome to Tales from Tech Support. In this digital voyage, we'll explore the fascinating stories shared by the tech support community on Reddit. Prepare for laughter, astonishment, and maybe even a few raised eyebrows as we journey through the world of IT. Get ready, because our adventure is about to begin. If you're excited to join us on this ride, consider subscribing, and let's dive into the realm of tech support tales. Without further delay, let's dive into our first tech tale, where challenges and solutions meet. Story 1. Title: When Mice Meddle with Wi-Fi. By Darkai3. In the world of modern technology, we often encounter mysterious issues with our devices that leave us baffled. This story begins with a peculiar problem, one that left not only my partner but also her colleagues scratching their heads. Around a year ago, my partner started experiencing an odd issue with her work Surface, the culprit of this tale. The Wi-Fi on her device would inexplicably disconnect from the network, refusing to reconnect for periods ranging from 5 minutes to an entire hour. This glitch didn't limit itself to her alone. Several of her coworkers shared this frustrating predicament. What's more, it occurred both at home and in the office, and its timing seemed entirely unpredictable. On a side note, her phone was notoriously finicky and held a strong grudge against our home router's 5 GHz Wi-Fi, forcing me to restrict it to the 2.4 GHz band. Curiously, her work Wi-Fi operated exclusively on the same 2.4 GHz frequency. One day, amid her complaints while working from home, my determination to uncover the cause of this Wi-Fi conundrum overtook me. I was ready to face any consequences, even if it meant neglecting my own job. I began by turning off everything that might interfere with our home Wi-Fi. No luck. I powered down my work laptop, the TV, gaming consoles, and even our smartphones. Still, the problem persisted. I had exhausted every avenue, or so I thought. Then, as if by sheer serendipity, I noticed the one device I hadn't yet considered, her wireless mouse. Could a mere mouse be the source of this maddening issue? I decided to unplug her mouse. Suddenly, like magic, the Wi-Fi connection was restored. I plugged the mouse back in, and for 5 blissful minutes, all seemed well, until the dreaded disconnection occurred once more. It was clear, there was a direct correlation. To our surprise, it turned out that her mouse emitted a frequency that interfered with Wi-Fi signals, effectively crippling the network within a certain radius. However, this interference only affected the 2.4 GHz band. She shared this discovery with her colleagues who had been facing the same problem. The solution was simple: disconnect those pesky wireless mice, and the Wi-Fi issues vanished. Since then, she's upgraded her phone, which now plays nice with 5 GHz. However, she's been banned from using wireless mice at home. As it turns out, mice, in this case, didn't chew through wires, but they did manage to chew through our Wi-Fi signal in the most unexpected way. Story 2. Title: That's Not a Network Setting. By Solo Anthawuki. Once upon a time, in the heart of a family gathering, my wife and I found ourselves visiting my parents. The occasion was made all the more special by the presence of my brother and his energetic kids. One evening, we decided to enjoy some gaming fun on my dad's beloved Nintendo Switch, diving into the world of Jackbox. I eagerly volunteered to set up the game and connect to the Wi-Fi. Little did I know, an adventure in troubleshooting awaited me. I embarked on the mission, hoping for a seamless connection. I carefully entered the network information and hit that connect button, but to my dismay, the switch refused to cooperate. A vague and unhelpful message stared back at me, haunting me with its simplicity: unable to connect to network. Naturally, I turned to the trusty oracle of our times, Google, for answers. The results, unfortunately, were as cryptic as the problem itself. Reset router, reset modem, move switch closer to router, reboot the switch, re-enter network information, they said, listing off the typical remedies of tech-savvy folks. While we were able to get my niece's Switch and other devices connected to the Wi-Fi without a hitch, my dad's Switch remained stubbornly disconnected. No matter how many times I repeated the prescribed steps, it refused to yield. Frustration began to set in. The next day, I reached out to Nintendo's tech support via chat. I described my ordeal, and they, too, led me down the same familiar path of reset router, reset modem, reboot Switch. It felt like déjà vu, and I couldn't help but wonder if they'd somehow missed the details I had provided. As the clock ticked, I began to lose hope. Eventually, the support agent suggested a last-ditch effort, taking the Switch to someone else's house and trying to connect it to their Wi-Fi. If that failed, they would consider taking the console back for repairs. However, there was no one nearby to perform this test, and so I reluctantly put my faith in the hands of Nintendo's advice for the time being. My dad, insistent that he hadn't made any changes to the network settings or hardware, stuck to his story. I, however, decided to take matters into my own hands. Armed with determination, I delved into the router's configurations. I tweaked the network settings and even went as far as creating a guest network. To my surprise, every other device in the house danced effortlessly into this digital realm, connecting to the network without hesitation. But the enigmatic Switch remained resolute in its refusal to comply. I began to consider drastic measures, like a factory reset for either the Switch or the router, or perhaps both. However, my curiosity got the better of me, and I began scrolling through the offline device list. I was on the verge of despair when, amidst about 20 devices, I stumbled upon a peculiar entry, unknown device with a matching MAC address to the elusive Switch. My astonishment grew as my eyes landed on a large, conspicuous green button labeled Unblock Device. I couldn't help but question my dad, my voice tinged with a mixture of incredulity and amusement. "Dad, why did you block this device from your router?" His response was priceless. "Oh, like a week ago, I went through and blocked anything that said unknown device." Silence hung in the air. I finally managed to utter, "You said you didn't make any changes." His nonchalant reply left me chuckling, "That's not a network setting." In the end, my dad had to sit out the first round of Jackbox as a lighthearted punishment for his unintentional techno-tampering. And with that, our night of gaming continued, laughter and memories replacing the frustrations of earlier. Story 3. Title: The Unseen Solution, A Tale of 8 Years. By Scorpius187. Let's dive into a story that's been brewing for quite some time now. I hold the titles of IT Director, Help Desk Technician, Lead Developer, and Network Engineer for a small marketing firm. In the world of IT, titles can often be deceiving, and IT Director is no exception. It helps in capturing the attention of vendors, which is why I bear it. But the truth is, I oversee the entire IT department, a promotion that came with the difficult decision to lay off the rest of the department a month after my own promotion. When I first started, I had 2 developers and a Linux server admin under my wing. It's been a 6-year journey since I assumed the role of IT Director. While most of my days revolve around routine tasks, every now and then, I stumble upon a tale worth sharing with the TFTS community. Today is one of those days. Within the walls of our office, we have a piece of software we crafted, a web-based referral program for banks. The concept is simple: person A refers person B, and when person B opens a new account, both receive a reward. I had no hand in developing this particular software. When it was in the making, I was working as a developer on a different project. One of our banking clients serves a significant number of senior citizens who lack email addresses. As a result, they opt for account credits instead of our reward portal. Our software steps in to create a synthetic email address for them using their customer information number, a unique code created by the bank, and a fabricated email domain. This domain combines the customer ID of our client and the name of the application, separated by an underscore. It looks like this: xx1234@tx123_YYY.com. This approach is essential for the software to function as intended since everything is tied to email addresses. Remember this detail, as it plays a pivotal role in our story. Regrettably, the email validation code built into MVC categorically rejects underscores in email addresses. To address this, our former development and marketing teams joined forces and made an unconventional decision. They disabled email validation entirely. You can probably guess the havoc that ensued. This system relies on email addresses for everything. Every link, every action revolves around email addresses, and at one point, I found myself spending a quarter of my day fixing invalid email addresses in the system. This continued for over 8 years. Ever since I took the helm as IT director, I've been pushing to address this issue, but management was hesitant, fearing it would harm the business. Yet, in reality, the time we wasted fixing errors was doing just that. Fast forward to today. At the beginning of this month, we onboarded a new bank, one of the largest clients we've ever had. The volume of invalid data they introduced into our system was 3 times what we were dealing with previously. Our customer service manager was at her wit's end. She conveyed her frustrations to the CEO, expressing her willingness to quit if this issue remained unaddressed. She was spending her entire day handling customer issues from this one client. After years of waiting, I was finally entrusted with the task of solving this conundrum. Today was the first real opportunity one had to examine this part of the application. Astonishingly, it took me just 30 seconds to unravel a mystery that had confounded multiple people for nearly 10 years. I modified the code that generates the synthetic email domain, substituting the underscore with a hyphen. Now, email validation works seamlessly, and the artificial domain names no longer trigger validation failures. In the end, the simplest solution had been right in front of us for 8 long years, waiting to be tried. Story 4. Title: The Tech Support Tango, Unfreezing Computers and Egos. By Bram9927. A short call I had a while back still resonates with me. It serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between providing technical assistance and maintaining humility. "Thank you for calling the IT help desk," I began, my voice projecting sincerity. "This is my name. How may I assist you today?" The caller's response was laced with frustration, setting the tone for the conversation. "My computer is frozen. How do I fix it?" the customer inquired anxiously. "I should be able to assist with this," I replied, offering reassurance. "Have you tried restarting the computer?" The customer's reply was disheartening. "No, and I can't click on anything." "How am I supposed to do that?" "Okay, ma'am," I said, maintaining a calm tone. "If you hold the power button for about 8 seconds, it should force the computer to shut down." The customer, not entirely convinced, sought a simpler solution. "Can't you just sign into my computer and do it for me?" "I can try," I replied, empathizing with her situation, "but if you are unable to click on anything, ma'am, I won't be able to receive permission." Frustration simmered in the caller's voice as she hesitated and then ultimately chose to hard reset the computer. After a brief pause, she reported, "Okay, it's working now. I'm able to sign back in." I couldn't help but offer a genuine word of encouragement. "That's great. Is there any sign of it freezing now?" But the customer's response was far from appreciative. "My problem is fixed." "You didn't do anything. Do not feel proud of yourself." And with that, she abruptly hung up. This story serves as a reminder of the diverse challenges we face in the IT field, where sometimes even our best efforts are met with skepticism. Despite it all, we persevere, always ready to lend a helping hand. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the best and most intriguing Reddit threads. If you enjoyed these stories as much as we did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more captivating content, and ring that notification bell to stay up to date with our latest script readings. Remember, the internet is a treasure trove of fascinating tales, and we'll keep unearthing them just for you. Until next time, I'm your Reddit script storyteller, signing off.